welcome back to my channel. So I'm going to be doing all the filming from my GoPro on my helmet today. I've got a few different things that I want to talk about, and also I left my tripod at Rider's Block. So figured this will be good for a different kind of video. Plus I plan to get on to the Ruckus and go for a ride and do an update on that build. And I absolutely love that bike. So a few different things. One, here I've got a Z50JS style frame. This is the same frame as the Z50JS bike that I built earlier and that I will link to above. This is a reproduction though. I believe this is from Kemimoto. I bought it from WeBike. Very inexpensive, only about $100. It does have a serial number on it, so I'm hoping that I can actually get it titled and then registered. I'm going to do all that paperwork before I get into the process of building it, but I am excited to do something pretty wild on this build. I don't know if you follow me on Instagram, but I do have some more interesting content coming on the 2022 Grom. I had a quick post that anyway, you guys will see that in an upcoming video, I'm sure. So that's this project, and this is probably a ways off from being built. I also have a couple of new products from Kemimoto. They sent me this cool bag that I think is going to work perfectly on the Ruckus. So I'm going to get that on there, see what I can fit in it, and have it on the bike when I go for a ride. And they also sent me these riding gloves. So these are winter riding gloves. They've got PVC knuckles with a carbon fiber weave in it, and a TPU membrane for water resistance. And I tried them on. They actually feel really good. They've got a nice soft inner lining. They also have the sensors on the fingers so that you can actuate your cell phone or other touch sensitive screens, and some good protection. Anyway, being in California, I have no excuse to ride winter gloves. Honestly, just regular light gloves is good even in the winter here in San Diego. So I thought I would give these away. Go ahead and stick around to the end of the video to figure out how you can win these. But anyway, a really good looking pair of winter gloves. So back to the bag though, and I think it fits, I mean, perfectly right here. If you look how it sits and fits onto the bike, it's got these straps here in the back that I think I can just wrap around the bar here. It also has a hole for earphones if you plan to actually carry it like a bag. You can have the earphones here, although most people use wireless headphones these days. It also has a hard plastic liner so that it keeps its round shape, and you can fit all kinds of stuff in here like your wallet and your cell phone. And actually what I'm most excited about throwing in here is, forgive how messy my garage is at the moment, but I bought this extra fuel bottle. The Ruckus has a pretty small tank and I've already run out of fuel once, but this thing is going to fit perfectly in there and still have lots of room for wallet, cell phone, and other stuff. But that way if I do run out, it's enough fuel to get me to the next station, or you're then also the best friend in the riding group who has a little bit of extra fuel for the guy or girl that needs it. Also room for some tools. Alright, so I've got the bag cinched here. Again, both straps here fit under the top bar, and then the main strap I just have looped around underneath the frame here, so it seems sturdy enough. And yeah, so I've been super impressed with the way that this build has come together and how well the bike rode in the Rider's Block 9 event. I didn't have any problems at all. It actually rode just as well as my Grom did when I rode the event last year. And again, I built this bike specifically for that event, so I was really happy to see it come together in time and then run so particularly well. I'm already thinking about what I'm going to build for next year's event. It may actually be that Z50JS frame. We'll see exactly how that build evolves, but again, this bike really is complete. Everything runs very solidly. You probably saw a post that I did here on YouTube and also Instagram that the Ruck Shop named this bike September Ruck of the Month, which I'm super honored to have received. But yeah, let's fire it up and get it running. So to get it started, I usually put the choke on. Let the fuel pump. Give it a little bit of throttle as I start it. And take it off choke. And then idle is good. So really easy starting it up. Give it a second to warm up. You can see here in the bag, I've got my cell phone, my fuel bottle, and my wallet. And there's plenty of room to put other stuff too. But it's nice to have a little bit of storage on this bike, because otherwise there really is nowhere to put anything. Kemimoto is also coming out with a 2022 Grom bag that sits back here on the tail. So they said that they'd be shipping that to me, and I'll have a dedicated video on that too, because that would be super convenient. And yeah, I've got 124 miles. My fuel meter is working correctly. I'm actually kind of low on fuel, so thankfully I've got some backup fuel in case I need it. And we're just gonna pop around the block a few times real quick. I always forget, I keep trying to pull this in like it's a clutch, but it's a brake. Between me and my wife and the different bikes we ride and the different goofy costumes we put on doing YouTube and Instagram content, we've become that goofy couple that people just kind of roll their eyes when they see us buzzing around town. But yeah, this bike feels super solid. Again, for being a scooter that has a 150cc Chinese engine, it's, at least for the last 124 miles, been super reliable. Nothing's rattled loose. There's certain points within the power band that the bike feels particularly buzzy. When you get to the top end though, it's nice and smooth, and it's only in a couple of small weird RPM ranges that it's buzzy that I just don't stay in. Even though the bike is super low, I don't seem to be able to really scrape the exhaust or anything underneath. I'm sure I could scrape the pegs pretty easily if I tried, but under normal riding and not track style riding, this you know, rides pretty darn well. And yeah, the Riders Block 9 event was also super fun. It was, I think, a bigger audience than there was the year prior. Lots of cool stunters. I still really would love to learn how to do a wheelie and be one of those people that are popping wheelies all over the place. Maybe next year, we'll see how that goes. And again, if you know what my next bike is that I'm getting, there's even more reason why I should be learning how to stunt. But lots of great people. The weather was perfect. It was San Diego. We went over the Coronado Bridge, and it was a really scenic ride, as one would expect being in San Diego, California. But I'm also super happy that I met all those folks. But the particularly special thing about that ride for me was I actually did that ride a week after I moved to San Diego just over a year ago, and it was there that I met Mike and Chaz and the folks from Riders Block and a whole bunch of other people in the Minimoto community here in San Diego. So it's really been from that event that I met a lot of people that I share this hobby and passion with, and have also really made me feel at home here in Southern California. So anyway, just extra special to get to do that ride again, now that all those guys I know really well, and some of them are real personal friends. So again, I'll probably have this bike more on the channel. My wife really likes it, and I can see us building another bike specifically for her. I also really love the concept of that Met Ruck. It's kind of got that slightly cuter look, but with the otherwise coolness of the Ruckus. And yeah, so this bag is holding up just fine. It looks good. It's not rattling around too much. And if you're interested in winning those Kemimoto winter riding gloves, just go ahead and leave a comment in the description below letting me know that you're interested in winning those gloves. Please also like this video. That really helps this video get recommended to others and helps me grow the channel. And if you're not already, please subscribe. Anyway, thank you everybody very much for watching. Stay tuned for more videos and keep on building.